See everybody, our county elected officials, Commissioner Quarles, of course, and our rock star of this show.
I'm surrounded by a lot of good people that make me look really good.
Thank you all so much. Welcome to the Grayson County Alliance. If you've not been here yet, welcome. We're so excited you're here to see what the good work that they're doing here each and every day for the people of our community. They are truly a huge blessing. I don't know if you realize how many people in Grayson County are hungry, but we've got a lot of people, and Debbie and her team have been working all through COVID. They do it all the time, but especially overdrive through COVID to make sure that our families are fed and they've got food, especially with kids being out of school and people losing their jobs. We are so thankful that we've got an entity like this to help serve our people. Before I leave today, I do want to challenge each of you all to come and volunteer. I would love to work with Debbie to get a county officials day for us to come and serve. Making the emergency packs today, that'll kind of give you a taste of what they do, but there's nothing like coming and serving and seeing the people who receive the food. So I'm going to challenge to each of you all to come and serve one day, and I will work with Debbie to see if we can arrange a specific day for that, and we'll invite everybody. Kind of what we're going to do today is I'm going to let Debbie talk about the pantry, what they've done, and then Commissioner Quarles will speak about what he's been doing, and then we're going to make emergency kits. So, without further ado, Debbie Childress.
Well, listen, I know some of you have been here before, so this will sound redundant, and for those of you that have never been here, 2020 was supposed to be our big celebration. 20 years serving Grayson County lower income families. And we were all poised. I mean, we were a day away from this big celebration announcement at the chamber luncheon, and then everything was canceled. So we had to shift gears. But because we've been here for 20 years and because the community bond that we have, we were able to shift all of our in-person indoor services and pivot right outside, because our goal is to feed our community, teach life skills, and empower family stability. Well, since COVID, the mantra is feed the people. It's meet that basic need the best you can out the door as efficiently as you can, with always being mindful of this is our friend, these are our neighbors that we're serving. So just keep some compassion in play as you're saying, move right along. And so we're super excited that we were equipped to do that without missing a beat. And because of our county officials and our city officials that also stepped in and started informing the public about the response to COVID, that included talking about the food pantry a lot. We saw people that had never realized we were here to help them. So we have served, I looked at the number today, as of today, since the beginning of January, we've served 617 new families. If everybody came in 1 month that we've seen so far in 2020, it would be over 1,700 families. Now, there is no way in 1 month that we would accomplish that task. So some of those folks have just needed us once. Some of those folks have needed us consistently for a while. And some of those folks we'll never see again, because the transition of COVID, no job, can't go to work, and then back at work has happened. But we have picked up clients that we will continue to serve month to month, because they are that lower income family. They do fall within those USDA guidelines, and we just want to be consistent with the services that we provide. So yes, we're running a drive-through outside the door. Thank you to the city for providing the police that do our traffic. The county goes and gets our food. We have county workers that come and help us serve the food. Jason offers us deputies that help us get a lot of things done, unloading trucks, serving the food to families. And then we have other community members that come out and volunteer. Samara's been here a lot. We've had other people on their vacations come. We had teachers in the summer that were spending their days here, and they actually were able to reconnect with some students in that drive-through, say hello, say, hey, are you good? Do some self-checks or well checks. And so it's been a real community effort. I have an amazing staff. We've had to pick up some new folks. So midway through, we were training new people to do everything that we do. And so we are just plugging right along. At the peak, we had 1,056 families in April. And that was a really hard month to make sure that we had the food on hand. Our partnership is with Feeding America, Kentucky's Heartland. We've taken advantage of that. They've offered us some special things. Our backpack kids at the end of the school year got extra family boxes. That was something we were able to take advantage of. We continue to serve our students in the school system through the Family Resource Centers. And right now, for the new school year, we've started with 75, and that'll slowly pick up as the kids come back into the school. The teachers and the FRC can identify who needs that additional weekend food support. We have an impact program, which is emergency packages. And if you saw our little box out front, the newspaper box, we use that to keep 3 emergency meals out there. So anytime we're not here, somebody can get that immediate service, and then it points them to our phone number and when to come back and all of those things. But we also put those in the hands of government agencies. Our police officers have access to those bags, our social workers, our school workers, anybody that wants them. So anybody that's getting approached with, hey, I'm hungry, can you help me? I can equip you to have those bags that have a little bit to eat in it, so you meet the need of hunger, and it points them to us. It points them to 211 for further resources, and it has a listing of local community things like the health department, extension, thrift store, things like that, and of course us. So we're doing everything we know how to do to connect with our community in this crisis. The cleaning supplies and things you see behind the mayor is a partnership with the health department and the local community churches, and they are doing a drive of non-food items so that when we've supplied needs for people that are trying to stay quarantined safely, they need a little food support, they need some cleaning supplies. We had a mom that her resource was the laundromat, and she's a single mom. How does she go to the laundromat and stay quarantined? So our extension office found a shortcut to how to wash your clothes at home if you don't have a washer and dryer, a make-do, equipped the health department with that. We gave some supplies and some food. We're just, as a community, that's what I love about Grayson County. And for those of you that don't know, I'm not from here. I'm from Breckenridge County, but I've been here for 33 years, and I've been so amazed at how we come together and make these things happen. We're really about not overlapping services and being good stewards of what we've all been given. And I can't count the number of times that I've reached out into the community and said, hey, I've got this need. I've got a client right now that can't get in and out of her house. It's 3 steps, but she's 89 years old and about this big around, and she needs help with that. So I've got somebody connected to go build her a ramp on her home. You know, we've got single moms. At the beginning of all of this, we had a girl show up in our line, and she just burst into tears. And so we stopped and we said, what's going on? She was a daycare worker. They had just been notified that daycares were closing that Friday. This was on a Thursday. She had one more day of work. Her husband was self-employed. He was already home. They had 3 kids, and the baby required formula, and everybody had started panic buying, and so she could not find the particular formula she needed. So thankfully, we were able to reach into the community through the hospital and the health department, and we were able to find the resource she needed, actually the last 2 cans of what she needed. So she came the next day to get that from me, and when she came, she brought me the formula that somebody else had given her that was wrong, and some diapers that the baby was out of. And she said, will you help somebody else like you're helping me? That's what Grayson County is to me, whether it's on the client side or the community partner side. That's the heart of this community, and that's why I'm so proud to serve here. So I hope as we walk through this building, and as you hear bits and pieces of what we've been doing, you'll understand that this is not me, okay? The Alliance is a community of people. I'm blessed to lead in this organization. I'm super blessed by our board and the support that they give, but this is not about me. This is about what this agency has built for 20 years, and that this agency will be here to continue to help families in whatever way, because what we're doing now is not what we want to only do. We want back inside, because we want to teach our financial classes again. We want to teach our nutrition classes again. We want to have our special class that we were working on with Feeding America had gotten a grant, and we were doing a healthy eating and learning program, and we were focusing on diabetes, and they had the special boxes, and the health department's coming in to teach with the extension office to teach, and our clients were going to come weeks, 4 months in a row, and get a special box of food and get this training about diabetes health. We're looking to impact lives so eventually folks don't need us. We want to give that hand up. And I think we're poised to do that even coming back in the door. It'll be harder. It'll look nothing like what we thought a year ago, but we intend to renovate this area, to expand our offices, to expand our free tax program, to implement a mentoring program, to expand our classroom, to have good environment to teach and educate and inform in. And it's not just for our clients, it's for this community. Anybody that's interested could come. And then we're going to move all the food pantry stuff over here so that we can continue to meet that need, and that will be the starting point of families coming in so we can build them up, give them referrals, point them to things they need, and move on. So anyways, you all push that button, I get going. So let's walk through real quick. And Ryan, I want to point out some things that have changed since you got to be here a year ago. We've been really busy. But you'll notice throughout the building, we have a lot of impact from a lot of people. But in the back is a big surprise that I'm so excited that you all are here today to be the first folks to see it. It's like a breaking news that this is going on. So
Debbie, before we
sure.
I want to thank the county officials for being here.
Absolutely,
I grew up
yeah.
in this community, and along with the mayor, this is the strongest group of community leaders I think we've ever had at the county level. I appreciate them being here, but you said this is a strong community. I don't know how many years you've been on the board, maybe since the get-go, but
yes. 20.
Contribution has just been significant, but particularly thinking about Darryl Mall today. He gave this building. And the history of this, it started out as a closet in the old Grayson County War Memorial Hospital. Mm-hmm. And look at this today. What we do is plant seeds for the future, and that's what each of us do. But I appreciate if all of you would thank and say a prayer for Darryl. I know he's in Ohio now. I think he's doing relatively well, but he's such an integral part of this community, and this would not be possible without his efforts, and certainly everybody here. But thank you all for being here. You're great people.
Absolutely. The growth in the last 4 years has been, in my mind, has been completely around the fact that we have this facility to make these huge shifts in our services. So Darryl's gift to this agency is a legacy gift. And so many of our folks have invested years. Like Dave has been part of the Alliance since the beginning, and he continues to invest. He's here on Wednesday when we're doing bread only out the door. So many people have invested their passion, their heart, and stayed with us. And so we're deeply appreciative of all that. And we work with the kids. We love having the kids out. We look forward to school trips back here and all the things that make life normal.
Commissioner Quarles mentioned this about this time last year that he was here. So I'm sure you made an impression on him last time. That's one of the reasons he's here today.
Yeah, what a difference a year makes in society. But first off, thank you for hosting me today, and great to see our local officials. And thank you, Samara and Senator. Appreciate the opportunity to come back. And I remember a year ago that it was so busy, but if 2020's taught us anything, is that you have to reinvent yourself. And I know that you had a big announcement ready to go publicly earlier this year. It just seems like 2020 is kind of like one of these late night infomercials where someone's trying to sell you a knife set that you don't need, or an amazing pillow, or a cleaning product, and the deal keeps getting better. And then suddenly, no matter what, the guy says, "But wait, there's more." And it seems like every day in 2020 is a "but wait, there's more" moment. Whether it be a coronavirus, whether it be foreign seeds from China showing up, and all this kind of just weird stuff going on this year. It's also been a year where, as a society, we've had to step back and take a hard look at how we treat those less fortunate. And there was a point earlier this year where Kentucky had the highest unemployment rate in the country, 40%. And there's untold tens of thousands of Kentuckians who lost their jobs because of this pandemic. We all know somebody. But as the ag guy, we all eat, right? And what we have seen here in Kentucky, hard stats, is that we already had a higher than average food insecurity rate. at around 18%. And that number had actually started to drop before the pandemic. And what we have seen is a 30% increase in the number of Kentuckians going to food banks across our Commonwealth. And most of them, it's their very first time ever visiting a food bank, very first time. And the number one message we want to relay to folks, I know we have some members in the media here, is that help is here, food is available, there's no food shortage in America, and that we will match the generosity to the best we can in agriculture. Here's a few things that we've done since the pandemic started. Is that we started the Kentucky Hunger Initiative several years ago, and basically what it did is it aligned Kentucky agriculture with the needs of those less fortunate, food insecure. And what happened is that we were able to pick the phone up and get some major donations. Kentucky Farm Bureau donated $500,000, and that money is being used to buy up food that otherwise would rot in the field, that couldn't make it to a grocery store. Maybe you saw some photos or saw some news stories about milk being dumped in other parts of the country. And with that money, we've been able to purchase over 10,000 pounds of Kentucky Proud sausage, 5,000 pounds of cheese, 48,000 hamburgers that were produced from Kentucky cattlemen. And one of the more interesting things, and I guarantee you went through this facility, was over 500,000 eggs out of Western Kentucky were donated.
Yeah.
And I was there when the semi showed up at Heartland, and the next stop was here in the other respective food pantries. And so our farmers it's been a tough few years. This year's tough, but their generosity has never been bigger. And one additional thing that we have done is that we have worked hand in glove with USDA to provide waivers, particularly with our school systems, so that meals can be served in non-traditional ways, that you can legally hand off food to someone who may not be a student. And as we continue to phase back into hopefully in-person learning, that's something that we have to work with our food banks on. Another thing we've done is that at the federal level, we have $3 billion that's been set aside to buy up commodities from American farmers. And here in Kentucky, a lot of milk that otherwise may have not made it to a destination or to a restaurant that was closed is given away completely free across the country, so across the Commonwealth. So I'm excited to see the big surprise today. I'm also excited to roll up my sleeves, but I just want to say a special thanks to our legislators. They help fund $500,000 each year to the Farms and Food Banks Trust Fund, and so a lot of times farmers may have food that may not make it to a grocery store, they have excess, and this money that they generously appropriate is used to help Kentucky farmers, including right here in Grayson County, find a market for crops. So special thanks to a representative and state rep. So I'm excited. Take a look.
We've been able to take advantage of the Farms to Food Bank a couple times this year, so we've had some deliveries. We had cantaloupe, forget what, potatoes maybe. So we've seen some of that come through, and then the dairy. Of course, now we're equipped where we weren't as equipped a year ago to take in the volume of the dairy, and the USDA meat has been phenomenal.
Awesome.
Like, it's been great. It's been like, we were blown away when it started, the support that it meant for families. And so, especially with all those new families coming in and all the fear and panic, it really, people were just so appreciative. We got calls back like, thank you. So those efforts, we're the one that people say thank you to, but I want to, on behalf of this agency, say thank you for your hard work, and the thinking outside the box is what this takes, and we'll have to keep doing that, because moving people away from being hungry to being self-sufficient is going to take some out of the box thinking. But we're ready to do what it takes. So I'm going to have you all walk through the building, but you're going to notice our refrigerators are really empty, because last night was our last distribution for the month. So we have to go pick up our next load of food. But we do have some product here, because we will see some folks next week that didn't make it so far in the month, and we always have food on hand for those that trickle in. In fact, the sheriff is delivering 3 for us today that are wheelchair bound or seniors that couldn't get here. And we try to do that, but it's on a limited basis. So friends and neighbors helping friends and neighbors makes a difference. The Bimbo Bakery partnership that Feeding America, Kentucky's Heartland has, we are a hub. So we're getting a truckload of that each week on Wednesday, and we're sending it out to Brett County and Edmonson County to those agencies from here, and then we're distributing the rest of it to our Grayson County families.
Awesome.
So we're doing an extra drive-through each week with that. So it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So we're going to walk through. If you have any questions, just holler at me. I'll point out a couple things in here. This whole shelf of food over here is staged right now for us to put together our emergency food kits. Before, our clients would have shopped with a volunteer for themselves. We believe really strongly in the dignity and respect of our neighbors, and so we would want them to be able to pick items for themselves, and then they would go on down through the frozen and refrigerated section and select the items that they wanted from the choice for the day. It changes based on what we have some days. Everybody gets the same commodity food, but the extra food from donations of our community and things I'm able to purchase, that varies week to week. So we'll go this way. A lot of times we don't get the balance. Some of our families will say, do you have anything smaller? Because I only have my refrigerator freezer. Right. And a lot of times when the USDA, when I first came, the packaging was so big, but it's gotten better. Yeah. The smaller, like when we did the pork loin that we did for a while, that was all perfect size for families to be able to wait and use it for another meal. So we're super excited about this unit. This came out of our local Rite Aid. And when you were here last year, it wasn't running all the way.
Yeah, you hadn't had it set up.
That's right. Yeah. It is now, we wear it out. I mean, it was packed full yesterday. And we served, I think, 100 and, how many did we serve?
119.
119 families yesterday in a drive-through before 6:30.
That's awesome.
So we finished our month strong. And so like the cheese that is here, that's a USDA product this month. The butter is. The blueberries behind Sam are also a USDA product, but we have our Walmart, and then we had a great partnership with Core-Mart. They've been able to secure some donations for us for companies that wanted to refuse loads or whatever, so it's come over here. They've helped us out. We had a our walk-in freezer went out, and they brought us a freezer truck, dropped it on the lot, and so we were able to rescue 7 pallets of food while we got that repaired. I mean, it's just phenomenal partnerships, and we're just so blessed.
One of the laws that Senator helped get passed in our office was for grocery stores to remove the liability. So there are a lot of grocery stores that were afraid to donate food because they said, well, what if somebody gets sick, or what if there's an expiration date that was mislabeled or something? And so that's one of the legislative accomplishments we had. And Kentucky actually had the strongest food donation law in the country now. That we had grocery stores that were dumping food in a dumpster because they were fearful of lawsuits, and now they're donating. So
fantastic
change.
Jeremy, grab that box behind you. Just pick it up here and put it here. So another program that we do is the senior commodities.
Yep.
And so this box is pre-packed at Feeding America, and this is for 60 years or older. They have to meet a hard income guideline, and they have to consistently stay on the program. But it has peanut butter and canned goods and dry milk and beef stew in a bag and beans, a lot of protein, a lot of stability. And then they get the block of cheese. And so we serve 527 seniors with this program. Now that's not all the seniors we have, but that's all we have a waiting list. And so this is really important to the stability of our senior adults, and it's just amazing to me how many of them will pass on eating for themselves and just, I'll be okay. I don't want to bother you. There are all these things. So this program brings stability, and this is in addition to the other commodity box that they receive. So we finished the month, but we always want to keep food on hand, ready to serve our families. So this is the non-perishable food that we were given this week, or this month. And so we have these boxes. We've done 3 today, emergencies. And so we keep these so that if somebody shows up and I'm the only one here, I can still help. And we don't have to, because who can spend the gas money to come again? Like, if you've made it this far and to get turned away, that's so sad. and not who we want to be as a community member. And then that's another reason we have the emergency food out front. If we're not here, they can take that and come back when we are here, and just hopefully feel loved, because that's what we're trying to do. So right now, we have volunteers that will take a shopping cart. They'll put the pre-made boxes in, and then they'll shop the doors as if they're the client. And then Ellen, who's our office manager, is out front with all the paperwork, because I'm sure Ryan can tell you that paperwork didn't go away with COVID. All the paperwork to make sure that we're accountable to the programs that we have. We're making best use, being good stewards of what we've been given. And so she'll do the paperwork, pass it along, and then we have other volunteers that will load the carts. And so our neighbors across the road at K105 see all of our traffic and still love us. But we tend to block the road, so if you know our schedule, don't try to come up and down this road. We'll be out that far. But if a family is larger, we're putting an additional bag of food in. We're trying to be intentional about, hey, maybe they're the ones that can handle this particular larger meat. We're just trying to do everything we can with the best of what we've got. So we're going to go in the back. I want to mention that throughout this building, you're going to see donations that we've gotten through the Kentucky Colonel's Good Works program, and that includes that silver freezer, the 2 refrigerators that look like that, our big shelving, our pallet scale, and then my surprise today is part of our Kentucky Colonel's Good Works program. And so I'm a colonel now, so I'm really proud to be a part of that organization, but I know firsthand the impact that they're making in Grayson County. So let's go back here. So this is some of the beautiful bakery stuff that we're seeing. A lot of specialty breads, like a real hearty 12 grain breads and all of that. They're about all empty. Yours is out front. Up by the front door.
I saw ours. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, so we took advantage of Commissioner Quarles was able to secure some freezers. So we have one up front. We use all these. These are full all month long. There's Walmart meat.
This is one of the biggest needs across the state. You'd be surprised to learn there's food that wants to be donated that has to be refused because they simply don't have something to keep it in.
Well, we've had to turn away. Even as big as we are, we've had to say, well, we can take 2 pallets, not 4.
Yeah.
And if it's hot in the summer, you know, the temperatures in here make it hard to say, okay, even some produce, we have to say volume. We don't see people soon enough, so it's tough.
This one continues to be a need across the state.
It is, it's hard. We're very blessed to have the commercial refrigeration and freezers that we have, and that's what I want to announce today, is that we were scheduled to get an audio-visual components for our new classroom, our 2020 classroom that's not happening yet. But the Kentucky Colonels came back to us and said, hey, what do you really need now? And a walk-in cooler. And so they gave us the same amount of money for a different item. So we were able to put that $6,700 towards refrigeration. Well, Vidito Refrigeration, Jim Lowe, partnered with us and gave it to us for the price of our grant. My church locally came and put it together. Ferris Electric has come and pulled the electric. Robbie Hood's our freezer guy. You know, just all these. The county poured the concrete for us to put it on and the roof over it. Just all of these things are happening in tandem. And I really didn't think after the Rite Aid that I'd be doing any more refrigeration, or would I need it. But as of today, we have put the first product in it.
Awesome.
And I'm so thrilled to say it's a local product. It's Bell Cheese.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
we're super stoked that we want you all to look at our Bell Cheese and our new walk-in. We also have a walk-in freezer that we had already had when you were here last year. But these things have made it possible for us to take product that we would have had to refuse before and be able to put it in the hands of our families. And so we're super stoked to be able to do that. And it honestly, It makes the man hours a little better if you don't have to unbox
Yep.
everything and put it away, and tuck it and all that stuff. We can just walk the cases in. It's going to relieve some of the stress for us too. So I'm super excited. So everybody wants to come look.
Oh yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Can I
Fantastic.
get a picture together?
Sure. Wait a minute.
Yeah, don't get on me.
I'm worried about getting on me. I'm smiling. You smiling?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's been fantastic.
That's awesome. It's good product.
It's fantastic. Our families love it, and so this is going to be huge for us. Like this makes us over the moon.
I love it.
And and we've been unpacking everything. We've been all the distributions right in here.
Pretty cool.
Literally.
Yeah, I remember. I forget. What was the status of this one?
I think we had it running. We're starting to use it.
Yeah, I don't think anything was in it.
So the shelving here is new since you've been here.
Oh yeah.
This was also our Good Works grant with Kentucky Colonels. So the Kentucky Colonels have continued to invest in this agency. We're a United Way funded partner, and their investment has been huge. So the other side of this wall is where we're putting together the boxes. So we were shifting everything down here so we could renovate for our big 2020 classroom celebration. So now we have a process down here, and now we do our Bimbo Bakery bread only out this door. People come, and then we'll do food sorting, and we have a clean room that we're rated to rebag things.
Good.
So we're making best use of Gordon's big packaging and things like that.
You have a lot going on. The other thing is a lot of the food pantries they're so cramped in their facilities that's what's really limiting. And I know you all have been utilizing more space each time. So the other neat thing that you all are doing is you're providing some social services along the way, the teaching. But I think you mentioned tax preparation and other needs. A lot of the food banks are limited with just food, and that only solves one temporary issue that person may be working their way through. So my hat's off to you all being kind of a full service station.
We want to take that tax prep a step further and offer people a financial class off of it. And we have some partners here in town that have said, hey, when you're there, we're ready. We'll do one-to-one mentoring. We'll sit down with somebody about a budget or whatever it is, and it'll all be a service that we provide. So that's why we got to get back inside and get with our clients.
Representative Hebron, you know anyone in the treasurer's office?
I have some connections.
Maybe.
Yeah. So we'll walk over here, and then we're going to go up and do some work. So we'll stage all our non-perishables back here, and we're trying to think through 4 months down the road.
Is that right?
I don't know if you've looked at one of those lists lately.
Not.
Yeah, you gotta look at it.
Okay.
So we're warehousing things in prep for a couple months in advance, and so just the other day we got, what was it? Over a ton?
Oh yes.
Over a ton of food donated through the Cougar Tackle Hunger food drive, the Classes Challenge. I think Class of '83 was the one that took it as far as the donation drive, but they also did a financial drive, and another class won that, but all of that can be used to complement this food. We'll need 950 cans of corn to put it on the ticket, because we want to have at least 50 more than we served to be able to make sure that we're not running out with what we said we were given. So all the prep work, so if you want to volunteer one day, you can come back here and we'll make boxes. We try to make at least 120 boxes before each distribution, because once that drive-through gets rolling, we don't want to stop to make boxes. So we're going to go up top. I've got a plan, and I can explain to you exactly what we're doing, and we're going to make some impacts. And if any of you all in the community need that for your office, if you're getting people coming to your door saying, hey, I'm hungry, we'll make sure we'll sign a couple of those out. You don't have to do anything. We just keep a count of what goes out. so that we know how many we've served. I think we've done, 120 of those since the pandemic hit to community partners. And then, of course, we do them out our front door. So we're going all the way back up to the front. You may got a question. I mean, I could have been nice about that.
Can you like make a donation anytime? Like,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
There's no
Absolutely.
Okay. I mean, there's like no
Yeah,
time.
yeah, we have, you know, you can give it, we have people that give monthly, on PayPal, or we have people that monthly give by check. We have some legacy givers that have, done estate planning, that have left gifts to us. There's lots of generosity, like Daryl giving us this building was a seed planted, and so many people. I had a lady came in the other day and brought me that freezer. She said, I don't need this anymore, it does run. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to support.
Savings bonds,
Tomorrow,
stock.
Linda Gentry's having the 70th birthday party drive-through, and so it's from 9 to 11, I think.
Yeah, you can wave.
Yeah.
And Linda's been with the Alliance for a lot of years as a volunteer, and so she doesn't know anything about this.
Yeah.
And so we're doing that surprise. But there's lots of creative ways that people get involved. And so, but I'll be honest, we lost Scare on the Square. We lost Art in the Park. Our ducking hunger was only a portion of what it was last year. So all the things that we were doing successfully, some got canceled or so modified. There's a lot of ways that we've not been able to do the normal fundraising as an agency. So it's really important. And the community has been fantastic. Fantastic. So, any other questions? All right, well, let's go work. And toothpaste, we'll start with these. 2 raisins.
Got it.
You are 3 peanut butters. We got, okay, Ron, you gotta do 2.
All right.
All right,
Good.
because I gotta supervise.
That's right.
All right, so you get one of these, 2 of these. Doesn't have to
Okay.
be the same kind, doesn't have to be different,
Got
it's
it.
just 2.
Awesome.
All right, you're a water. You're 2 Viennese sausages, and you're one of these items. Either one of these, one of those, or one of those. I don't care. But there's a method to my madness.
there was.
Okay. So you have to put your Viennese sausage in, and then your water goes in beside it, or on the other side. You take whatever you got next. We'll get one made, and everybody will have a feel for it. We'll just pass it. All right. You guys got what you're doing? You go ahead and start. Oh, wait. You know what else you are? You're this paper. And you gotta be serious about it. You gotta be serious.
Focused on this.
The Viennese sausage, put you over. It's gotta go this facing out, and no products go in front of it, okay?
I got you.
Name recognition.
Use your glasses for
All
that.
right, 3 of those.
This facing out.
So we may have to work a little with the paper. I'm gonna tuck that down in there.
Product go in front of it.
And then we haven't tried with the toothbrush yet, but I think it's gonna slide in fine.
Got it.
All right, 2 of those. Now you're gonna, yeah.
Take that back to the limits.
Yep. And now it's gonna have to go long. All right, so you water people gotta get your water on the opposite side of your Viennese weenies.
Tell them.
Listen, I told you, there's a method to this madness.
We might really just like lessons. Yeah, we don't know how eating weenies in the wrong place.
And now, you may have to straighten your paper up down there, Mayor. Okay.
Too much pressure, Debbie.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Steve.
Right.
Pass
I got
now
it.
the mayor's got it.
Yep.
There.
Awesome. You all know what you're doing, everybody? You might have to keep working with the paper and then get them towards the resources so we can determine if there's something else. Am I supposed to do it? Or you did it? You did it. You did it. You did
Got
it.
it.
You're on it.